Hello out there, listeners. This is Uncle Yab, and you're gabbing with Yab. You guys, it's been a while that I've been out doing my podcast, so just bear with me again. I've been working and stuff like that, so I'm giving you another episode, and this episode is what I call side gigs. And once again, I'm going to let you guys know, if you guys want to support me, you can go to www.buzzsprout.com. That's BUZZSPROUT.com/272294. If you want to support Uncle Yab, you can do it, and I'll be much obliged. Now, like I said, today's topic is side gigs. And I've been thinking, and I've been seeing a lot of people just been doing different side things as far as their usual jobs. They call them side hustles, side gigs. In other words, like a second job, anything you can do to make extra money. And the millennials nowadays are making these side gigs like a major money market. So they're doing a lot of things. And they call this nation, well, the millennials call it the side hustle nation. And they're doing everything on the side and trying to make just extra cash. And a lot of times these millennials, or anybody that's doing it, can make at least $500 extra a week with your side gig. Now, a side gig can entail of different things. The most common side gigs that we always know about is driving Uber and driving for Lyft and stuff like that. But a lot of other things you can do too. And basically, I'm going to give you a few things, like a few percentages in a survey. A new survey from Bankrate, and Bankrate is it's an app, or it's like a website, and it reveals that we are seriously a country of hustlers, with 44 million American adults claiming they have a side gig, aka it is an extra way of making cash and a source of income. The age group most likely to grow their green, and which is a side hustle, is the millennials. Now, the millennials define everything. They define the stereotypes as being lazy and entitled, and they are actually a generation of go-getters. If you believe that, then you can look it up too, because you can go right to that bankrate.com, and I always try to give you guys, if I'm giving you guys information, I'm going to give you guys a place where you can go check it out and make sure that I'm right, and you can check me on different things. And the Bankrate survey was found that younger millennials, ages 18 to 26, the age group must likely have a side hustle, with 28% saying they have an extra way to make money aside of their main source of income. And they're not using their side gigs to make a quick buck. They making it, they just doing it for a living. And if they need to do something like go on a trip or go on a vacation, they'll use a little side job and get the money that they need. And it says 96% of them say they do it at least monthly. 25% of younger millennials make more than $500 a month. The income for side gigs isn't just limited to some loose change from a lemonade stand, so on and so forth. These millennials are raking in serious cash from these side hustles. The survey found that millennials make a median of $200 a month from their side jobs, and 25% of the younger millennials make more than $500 a month for their side jobs. And you can make some serious cash with these side hustles. I know for a fact, I'm not doing a podcast for a side hustle, but this is something that I like to do. But I definitely, hopefully, I can, get some donations in the near future, because I'm, doing my time and doing what I'm supposed to do, and I like it. But I would love to get some donations, because I love to talk to you guys. I'm always bringing you guys good information, and you definitely can depend on me to give you what you need going on what's out here in the world and things that I've been involved with. Now, I've had different side gigs, like cutting grass and things like that, when I was younger. And I'm definitely not a millennial. I'm letting you guys know I'm not a millennial. But when I was younger, I used to serve papers, deliver papers for the Washington Post in D.C. And I wouldn't say that was a side gig. That was like a part-time job for me because I was in school during that time. But it definitely helped me out in paying the bills and getting clothes for myself in school and stuff like that. Because a lot of times your mom and dad wouldn't give you what you needed, so you need to go ahead and make your own way. And believe me, the way I was born and raised, my dad wasn't giving me nothing, so he made sure that I went out there and got what I needed. Okay, let's get back to this side hustle thing. You know, it's not something that's a fly-by-night thing. It's not like it's a Tupperware party. It's not like, Mary Kay. A lot of people are really looking through this as something they could do. Okay? And another instance, we have a 24-year-old living in Los Angeles. She said that she started a side hustle to save money and paid off her debt, while her primary source of income comes from her role as a business client at a solution executive. And she also works on the side as an executive consult for a skincare company. So she has a lot going on. And even a person like that, you would think that she's making a significant amount of money or a good source of income per year. She still has a side gig. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Side gigs are just something that you can do after work, making your little change and helping your bank account, especially your checking account, especially your savings account. Because a lot of times a lot of us don't know how to save or don't save correctly. But if you got this side gig, you can just throw that money in your savings account and not really think about it. And when you look up or when you look back on it, you're like, wow, I have a couple $100,000 or a couple $1,000. And that's also good because it's nothing like savings. And if you want to save. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, what I'm going to do is give you guys now the most lucrative side hustles. Okay, so let me get everything with that. Let me get started with it. So it says 35% of people have some sort of side hustle. Okay, real estate is the most popular side hustle, making up to 11% of all secondary jobs. Real estate is the most lucrative side hustle, and they're paying like $90 an hour. Farming is $9 an hour, and that's the least. Farming is the least, and real estate is the most. The average side hustle earns $12,609 on 11 hours per week, so that totals up to $25 per hour. The vast majority of side hustles are self-funded. The average first-year cost of launching a side hustle is $16,662. Now when you're doing a survey on this type of thing, it's based on 3,000 responses for a survey sent out to the Hustle email list in between October the 3rd through the 8th of 2018. And they got responses back. The respondents, slightly male, 56% to 44%, and were primarily based in the U.S. compared to 33% internationally. So that's a big deal, because I'm in the U.S. I'm hopefully, and I could be. I think I have listeners abroad, and you may want to understand this too, that you guys have side hustle opportunities abroad as well. Whether that may be in Africa, it could be in the UK, it could be in South Africa, things like that. It can be in Australia, it can be in Asia. But you can always find a way to make extra money. So it says who's making the money on the side. It says on the average, we found that 35% of respondents have some kind of side hustle. This figure varies widely based on a number of demographic factors. So you have as far as the genders is concerned, I'm giving you a quick overview. Gender, 50% of males have side hustles versus 44% female. And like I said, location, 77% U.S. based, 33% is international. The average age is 0 to 34. And your average salary is 0 to 91,000. Your average pay per hour is 0 to $41 an hour, and your average work week is 0 to 43 hours. And that's where you make your hustle. That's where you make your hustle. And you have another, I have another website for you guys, and it says to find a way to double the national average. You can go to www.thebalancecareers.com, and it's an average salary information for U.S. workers. And you can tell you and work 43 hours per week on the primary job, and it's just giving you a gross figure on what you can do as far as how much income you can make. And it's definitely a lot of information. Definitely a lot of information. You know, it has, if you have a side hustle, you know, most people, education, 37% of people have a high school diploma, 39% have an associate's degree, 34% have a bachelor's degree, 37% have a master's degree. And for people that have doctorates is 36%. And once again, they have ages 18 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, which is 39%. Ages 45 to 54 is 31%. Ages 55 to 64 is 31%. And 65 and over is 22%. Okay, and it says men are 4% more likely than average to have a side hustle, while women are 4% less likely to have one. And it's a lot of good information. You know, entrepreneurship is a type of side hustle, and it's pretty lucrative too. And you know, when you want to do something like that, you have to find out how you want to do it, and you get it done. You have a creative professions, okay, and the creative professions, you have professions least likely to have a side hustle. Now, listen up to this, you guys. For if you have these type of professions, what they're saying is you are least likely to get a second source of income. And it's an average of 35%. Legal services, 10%. Electrical engineering, 12%. Human resources, 14%. Oil and energy, 14%. Hospitality, 19%. Telecommunications, 21%. Banking, 21%. Aviation and aerospace, 22%. Defense and space, 25%. And then you have your pharmaceutical guys at 26%. And like I said, professions like these are the least likely to have a side hustle. And if you have those incomes, or you have those professions, then you may be doing good. You know, and it has some other stuff here. 30 industries make up 75% of all side hustles, but a clear singular winner comes out on top. And the most common side hustles, let me give you guys that. Like I said, it was real estate, 11%, retail, 5%, your health and wellness and fitness is 4%, marketing and advertising, 4%. Now, just to let you guys know, this is the FYI. A lot of these things, like a real estate, you can get in, you can, you know, find a corresponding class, or you can, you know, join your local college or university, and it may not be a lot of money. And also sometimes your city or state can be offering different classes on real estate and retail for not much, for a small amount of money. You can get your license based on time served in your classroom and your hours that you can get. Okay, you can be like a sports person, and that's 3%. That's the most of the side hustles there. Consumer goods, food and beverages, photography, 3%. Consumer services, 3%. And arts and crafts, 2%. Yeah, just so much stuff that a person can do out here. Now it says, how much do people make from side hustles? And like I told you guys before, the hours worked if you work in a weekly hours, 11 hours a week, you can make a yearly of $572. Your annual earnings is $12,609 at an hourly rate of 25. You know, so you have some side hustles reported an impressive annual earnings of $100,000 from side jobs, but they only work 20 or 30 extra hours per week to get there. Other hustlers made $50,000 on the side, working 5 hours per week. So it's up to you. It's up to you. You can go with the most lucrative, or you can go with the least lucrative. Now, the most lucrative, listen to this, guys, the most lucrative side hustles on an average yearly salary of $12,609, averaging 11 hours per week, and that will boil down to $25 an hour. 6 hours real estate, $29,000, and that'll be $90 an hour. Management consulting, 4 hours a week at $17,000 a year, $86 an hour. Investment management, 9 hours a week, $34,000 a year at $75 an hour. Investment banking, 8 hours, $28,000, $70 an hour. Hospitality, working 7 hours, or $16,000. Accounting, professional coaching. I have some of my friends that they do professional coaching, and they do referee, and that's another good side gig, and it's pretty lucrative too. And they basically make money per game. So you can have 2 or 3 games during the weekend, and you can do pretty good that way. Also, you can work at a restaurant. You can do have an automotive trade, or be some type of mechanic. And that's a lot of good money. A lot of good money on the side. And once again, like I said, you guys, real estate comes out on top. The average respondent made $29,000 a year from property on just 6 hours per week. Good for $90 an hour. So, be mindful of that type of stuff. Now, the least lucrative side hustles: farming, arts and crafts, cosmetics, music, design, writing and editing, photography, entertainment, and event services. Okay, farming side hustlers work an average of 14 hours per week and made away with just under $6,800 or $9 an hour. Now, this is not really surprising, given that all farmers don't make money from farming, so they do other things as well. So, it's a lot of stuff you got to do. Now, you got to figure out how are the side hustles funded. A lot of times they're funded off of personal savings, no cost loans, friends and family. You have what you call crowdfunding, and angel investors. So, instead of 19% report staking out some starter money through a traditional bank loan with family and friends. Only 1% seek out side hustle funding from some other source. Okay? So right here is a lot of information that I want to give you guys, and it's definitely helpful. It's definitely helpful. And I'm glad I was able to get back to you guys and talk to you. It's been a while, but I'm going to try to keep going with this. And I want to try to do once a week. 1 episode a week. I still got my same podcast, Gab with Gab, and that's what I like to do. And I'm going to keep it going, try to do 1 episode a week. This is episode 6 for me. So I'm doing good, you guys. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to do the best I can. But like I said, I like it. And once again, I got something to say. So this is Uncle Gab, and you've been gabbing with Gab. Have a good day.